we're on week 18, and we're in book 2, and hopefully by now you have listened to the listening CD quite a few times. You've cracked open the practice CD or the digital downloads, and that you're ready to play along with me today. So I'm going to show you a typical practice session. You know, one child said to me the other day that they practiced the piece 5 times, but that was in one day. I would be happy if they practiced the piece multiple times for 5 days. We need that repetition over the week. I only see them 1 day a week, but they should be at the piano every day. So we start at the top, and it says that we have a brand new F minor warm-up. It's a very special F minor warm-up because we're adding a new sound. So here we are in F minor. Do you remember the difference between F major and F minor? They sound different. F major was what we use in John Kanaka. You see that middle note? And it's different. We also give it a different name. Do, re, mi, fa, so, fa, mi, re, do, so, do. In minor, however, that middle note, that middle note goes down 1 key to the left. We call that a half a step. And we give it a new name. La, ti, do, re, mi, re, do, ti, la, so, la. Now, when the children are practicing this and warming up, I ask them to do it 3 times in a row. And I'm going to add one new feature to this warm-up. I'm going to do a crossover. Watch. La, ti, do, re, mi, re, do, ti, la, so, la. And so when I do that crossover, the entire hand comes over. The thumb, however, stays on the F, like a little place setting, and they go back. So they're practicing using that thumb, not as a digit, but as I call it a mover. See how it's helping me move my hand in different places. You see a lot of children do this, and that's really hard. Let's do this 3 times. Again. Last time. So now they're ready to do the drum song. And the drum song sounds like this. Left hand plays an open 5th. So, step 1, they can play the left-hand part. Hi-ya-ya-ya, 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 hi-ya-ya, hi-ya-ya-ya, 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 hi-ya-ya, hi-ya-ya-ya, hi-ya-ya, hi-ya-ya-ya, hi-ya-ya, hi-ya-ya-ya, 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 hi-ya-ya. I would expect everybody to be able to do that. Next step is they turn on their practice CD and they play the patterns along with the CD. So I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to go over to my recordable pieces, and I'm going to my practice CD 2, and I'm finding the one that says drum song, and I'm going to listen on in. Here we go.
Drum song in F minor position.
They go a little faster on the left hand. That's fine. They do that. I went slower. They're putting one for each. That's fine. So they should hear that every single time they sit down to play.
La, do, la.
La, do, la. stop it for a second because I want to explain something here. So I can figure out how to stop it. Okay, so what I want to explain is that those patterns are just clues. They're patterns within the piece, but they're not teaching them how to play every single note. They need to now sit down and think, well, how many la's before I hit the do? La, 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 hi, ya, 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 hi, ya, 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 hi, ya, ya, ya. So they have to infer, they have to figure out how to get there. Then they have so, so, la. All right. So now they're transferring the information to the piece. Let's go on. Mi, re, mi. Do, ti, la. Do, ti, la. Do, ti, la. Do, ti, la. All right, I'm going to stop it and I have to turn mi, re, mi into hi, ya, ya, hi, ya, ya. So they had to repeat some notes. And now they have to realize that they go back again. The recording doesn't tell them to go back, but by singing the song and being familiar with it, they know to go back. Listen to the end. Do, la. Do, la. Do, la. So, la. So, la. So, la. So, la. And they get to hear it again. So here's a typical week at the piano. The first few days, they put on the practice CD, listen to the complete recording, listen to the patterns, practice the patterns on the piano, and perhaps they'll begin to play the melody all the way through. The next step is they may want to add an open fifth, or they may do this. Absolutely fine. Okay, now that they've fooled around with drum song and they've played it 2 or 3 times, now I'm asking them to play Bim Bam in F minor. Now they've been playing it in E minor. So by playing it in a new key, it's challenging them to think what those patterns are in the key of F minor. Then I ask them to play Wild Horses. F minor. They should do it 3 times before they move on. So by now they've done drum song 3 times, Bim Bam 3 times, Wild Horses 3 times, and they do that each day. So that's a lot of playing. Then it says to go to page 10, and here's page 10. So they've discovered by now that this is Listen for Bells. What's different about it? We discussed this in class. The right hand has chords. That's what those are. We described them as 1 chords in D major, and we discovered that this is the 5/7 chord that they're doing. They also discovered that over here on this lower staff, which is usually music that is reserved for the left hand, that they're playing the melody of Listen for Bells. So when they're at home, they should be singing and pointing. Do, 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 so, 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 do, 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 so, so, mi, do, so, 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 do, Why? I want them to get used to following the music, so it's tracking. I also want them to be able to sing and hear what they're seeing. That's what this is all about. Then I want them to play it. So now when they put the music, they're going to look at the music as they're playing. The right hand's playing chords. Now they may not be able to play this chord yet. They may be doing this chord. That's fine. For the 5/7, they're sliding in because the thumb's moving down to the left to this T. They're using the T, they're using the Fa and the So. If their hand isn't ready, they can just use the top. Left hand's playing the melody. Their eyes are on the music, not on their hands. You're welcome to cover their hands if you feel they're looking down. They should be really comfortable with this feeling by now. This little less so, they'll be more comfortable doing this. A few may be able to move that thumb without looking. They should play this 3 times, and yes, this could be a 30-piece challenge. The next thing I have on the homework is to prepare a 30-piece challenge piece. So they could choose this piece. So it could choose Wild Horses in F minor. They could choose any of the pieces there, or they may decide to pick, how about See the Pony? Remember that mystery song? And this one, the left hand's playing the chords. The right hand's playing the melody. And they're doing it in F. They see a repeat. And now they go on to the next set of staffs. And they repeat the last 2 measures. That would be a great 30-piece challenge. For it to be that, they have to be able to show me that they're reading the music. The music is in front of them, their eye is following, and they're moving from chord to chord without looking. All right, now they're going to listen to their purple minor melody cards. I see mine aren't over here. I'll go get mine. These are brand new, and these are going to give them more practice in that minor mode that we've been exploring today. These are in the key of E minor, though, not an F minor. Now, it doesn't say that, but if you look, there's a little La, and it's on the first line, and I'm telling you that's E La, a little low E La. All right, so the cards are La, Do, La, your turn. Number 2, La, Ti, Do, your turn. Number 3, Mi, Re, Do, Ti, La, your turn. Number 4, Re, Do, Ti, your turn. Now, these 4 cards all have something in common. Can you see it? Hopefully you notice they all have what is called a treble clef or a G clef at the front. That does not mean right hand. That means all of the notes that appear on the piano from about middle C to the right. The next chords are more harmonic chords, harmonic patterns. For instance, I'm going to start with card number 7. La, Do, Mi, your turn. And that's the 1 chord. Number 8 is the reversed. Mi, Do, La, also the 1 chord. Number 7 is our 5/7 chord. Si, Re, Mi, and yeah, that's C. And notice the sharp in front of it, it's added to give it that sound. And then we have a 4 chord, which is over on number 6. La, Re, Fa, and that's a 4 chord. These should become very familiar. We're going to play them on the piano. We're going to listen to them with your practice CD, and they should do that every day for once every day. They should check, 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 check. If you're away and you're not near a piano, they can still do this. Finally, they have writing on page 11. And no surprises here. We're going to take these cards, and notice it says cards 5, 6, 7, and 8. Look, These have the treble clef. These have bass. That's a bass clef. These are the cards, and they're just copying them in any order. They need to look exactly the same. See, there's the bass clef, there's the sharp, and 3 dots. There's the bass clef, there's the sharp, and another sharp. Hand, etc., etc. Cards in any order, they should have each card. Once that's done, that's done. I look forward to hearing their excellent playing this week, and I look forward to seeing you in class as well.